Ever feel like life's chaos is overwhelming you? The audiobook, The Power of Not Reacting, Genius Strategies to Stay Calm in Any Situation, offers a revolutionary approach to staying calm in any situation. Discover how to master your emotions, make better decisions, and transform your relationships. Don't let stress control your life. Unlock the secret to unshakable composure. Miss out, and you might keep struggling with anxiety, impulsive reactions, and missed opportunities. Embrace a calmer, more confident you today. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1, The Quiet Storm. In the eye of every emotional storm lies a moment of choice, a fleeting instant where we decide whether to react impulsively or respond with intention. This pivotal moment, often overlooked in the chaos of our daily lives, holds the key to mastering the art of staying calm amidst life's turbulence. Welcome to the power of not reacting, a journey that will transform how you navigate the unpredictable waters of human emotion. Imagine standing firm as waves of anger, frustration, or anxiety crash around you. Picture yourself maintaining composure when others lose their cool. Envision a version of yourself that responds to life's challenges with grace and wisdom, rather than knee-jerk reactions that often lead to regret. This is not just a dream, it's a skill that can be cultivated, and you're about to embark on the path to mastering it. Emotional storms are an inevitable part of the human experience. They surge through our lives, threatening to capsize our relationships, derail our goals, and cloud our judgment. These tempests of feeling can leave us feeling helpless, tossed about by forces seemingly beyond our control. But what if you could learn to weather these storms with equanimity? What if you could find stillness in the midst of chaos? To understand the power of not reacting, we must first delve into the nature of emotional reactivity. At its core, reactivity is an automatic response to external stimuli, a hardwired survival mechanism that served our ancestors well in times of physical danger. In our modern world, however, this hair-trigger response often does more harm than good. When we react without thought, we give away our power, allowing circumstances to dictate our behavior, rather than choosing our response deliberately. The impact of these emotional storms on our decision-making cannot be overstated. In the grip of intense emotion, our ability to think clearly and rationally is severely compromised. We make choices based on short-term emotional relief rather than long-term consequences. Relationships suffer, opportunities are missed, and personal growth is stunted. The cost of unchecked reactivity is high, but the rewards of mastering emotional regulation are immeasurable. To truly understand and overcome our reactive tendencies, we must explore the psychological and physiological roots of our responses to stress. The human brain, marvel of evolution that it is still equipped with ancient circuitry designed for a world very different from our own. The amygdala, often called the brain's fear center, acts as an early warning system, detecting potential threats and triggering the body's stress response. This stress response, commonly known as fight or flight, floods the body with hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, and blood flow is redirected to vital organs. In moments of genuine physical danger, this response can be life-saving. However, in the face of modern stressors, a heated argument, a looming deadline, or a perceived slight, this same response can be counterproductive, hijacking our ability to respond thoughtfully and appropriately. Understanding this process is the first step in learning to manage it. By recognizing the signs of an impending emotional storm, the quickening of your pulse, the tightening in your chest, the rush of heat to your face, you can begin to intervene before the tempest takes full control. This awareness is the foundation upon which all other techniques for emotional regulation are built. As we journey through this book, you'll discover a range of strategies designed to help you maintain your composure in even the most challenging situations. From the power of personal mantras to the surprising effectiveness of chewing gum, each technique offers a unique approach to cultivating inner calm. But before we explore these specific tools, it's crucial to understand the overarching principles that make emotional regulation possible. The first, and perhaps most important step, is learning to identify your emotional triggers and stress responses. Everyone has unique sensitivities shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and values. What sends one person into a tailspin might barely register for another. By becoming a keen observer of your own emotional landscape, you'll be better equipped to anticipate and navigate potential storms. Once you've developed this self-awareness, the next step is implementing foundational calming techniques. These are the basic tools that will help you regain your equilibrium when you feel yourself starting to react. Simple practices like deep breathing, mindful observation, and physical grounding can serve as anchors, keeping you steady when emotions threaten to sweep you away. Why are these steps so crucial, and why have they been placed at the beginning of our journey? The answer lies in the nature of skill building itself. Just as a house requires a solid foundation to withstand the elements, so too does emotional regulation require a strong base of self-awareness and basic coping strategies. By starting with these fundamental skills, we ensure that each subsequent technique has the best chance of taking root and flourishing. Moreover, this approach follows a logical progression from awareness to action. Without the ability to recognize when we're becoming reactive, even the most powerful calming techniques will be of little use. By cultivating emotional awareness first, we create the conditions necessary for more advanced strategies to be effective. As we delve deeper into the art of emotional regulation, you'll discover that it's not about suppressing or denying your feelings. Rather, it's about developing a healthier relationship with your emotions, one that allows you to experience them fully without being controlled by them. This involves learning to observe your feelings with curiosity and compassion, rather than judgment or fear. Building resilience against stress is another crucial aspect of mastering the art of not reacting. Resilience isn't about becoming impervious to life's challenges. It's about developing the flexibility to bend without breaking. Through consistent practice of the techniques you'll learn in this book, you'll gradually strengthen your emotional muscles, making it easier to maintain your composure even in the face of significant adversity. As you embark on this journey, it's important to remember that mastering emotional regulation is a lifelong process. There will be setbacks and moments of frustration. You may find yourself reacting impulsively even after making significant progress. This is normal and to be expected. The key is to approach each experience, whether perceived as a success or failure, as an opportunity for learning and growth. The path ahead is filled with potential. By the time you finish this book for the first time, you should be able to recognize and understand your emotional triggers with greater clarity. You'll have a toolkit of basic techniques to help you maintain composure in stressful situations. These initial gains are just the beginning. Over time, as you continue to practice and integrate these strategies into your daily life, you'll develop a consistent ability to regulate your emotions. You'll find yourself responding thoughtfully to situations that once would have provoked an immediate reaction. Your resilience against stressors will increase, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. The journey to emotional mastery is one of the most rewarding paths you can undertake. It has the power to transform not only your inner world, but also your relationships, your career, and every aspect of your life. As you turn the page to the next chapter, you'll begin to explore specific techniques that will help you cultivate this inner calm. What lies ahead? A world of possibility. Imagine being able to face any situation with a sense of inner peace and clarity. Picture yourself navigating conflicts with wisdom and compassion. Envision a life where you're no longer at the mercy of your emotional reactions, but instead able to choose your responses deliberately and effectively. This is the power that awaits you as you learn to master the quiet storm within. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Inner Mantra. Have you ever noticed how a single word or phrase can instantly transport you to a different state of mind? Perhaps it's a childhood nickname that brings a smile to your face, or a motivational quote that ignites your determination. Words hold immense power, and in this chapter, we'll explore how to harness that power to create an unshakable sense of calm within yourself. Imagine having a secret weapon against stress, a tool so personal and potent that it can cut through the noise of your busiest day and bring you back to center in an instant. This isn't some futuristic technology or complex psychological technique. It's something far simpler, yet profoundly effective when used correctly. We're about to delve into a practice that has roots stretching back thousands of years, yet remains remarkably relevant in our fast-paced modern world. It's a method that doesn't require any special equipment or hours of your time. In fact, it's something you can carry with you always, ready to deploy at a moment's notice. But what exactly is this mysterious tool, and how can it help you maintain your composure when life throws its inevitable curveballs? At its core, this practice involves creating a personal touchstone, a phrase or set of words that resonates deeply with you. Think of it as a mental anchor, something you can grab onto when the seas of emotion threaten to sweep you away. It's not just any random collection of words, though. This is something carefully chosen and imbued with personal meaning. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity and accessibility. Unlike some relaxation techniques that require you to close your eyes or find a quiet space, luxuries often unavailable in the heat of a stressful moment, this method can be employed anywhere, anytime. Whether you're in the middle of a heated argument, facing a daunting challenge at work, or simply feeling overwhelmed by the day's demands, your personal phrase is always at your disposal. But why is this so important for controlling emotions and staying calm? The answer lies in the way our brains process language and emotion. When we're stressed or anxious, our thoughts tend to race, jumping from one worry to another in a chaotic spiral. This mental chatter not only increases our stress levels, but also makes it difficult to think clearly or respond effectively to the situation at hand. By focusing on a specific phrase or word, we interrupt this cycle of anxious thoughts. It's like throwing a circuit breaker when the mental wiring gets overloaded. This interruption provides a crucial moment of pause, a brief respite from the emotional storm where we can regain our equilibrium. Moreover, the words we choose serve as a reminder of our core values, our strengths, or our goals. They act as a compass, pointing us back toward our true north when we feel lost in the fog of stress or uncertainty. This reinforcement of our fundamental beliefs and aspirations helps to stabilize our emotions and refocus our minds on what truly matters. So, how do we go about crafting this powerful personal tool? The process is both an art and a science, requiring introspection and a bit of experimentation. The key is to choose words that resonate deeply with you on an emotional level. These could be words that evoke feelings of strength, peace, or determination. They might reflect a personal motto or a cherished piece of advice. Some people find inspiration in nature, choosing words like mountain or ocean to evoke a sense of steadiness or calm. Others prefer more abstract concepts like breathe or center. The specific words are less important than their personal significance to you. The goal is to find a phrase that, when repeated, instantly shifts your mental state in a positive direction. Once you've selected your words, the next step is to begin incorporating them into your daily life. This is where the power of repetition comes into play. Just as a musician must practice scales to build muscle memory, we must practice our mantra to create mental conditioning. The more you repeat your chosen words, the more automatic and effective they become in moments of stress. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to quietly repeat your mantra. This could be part of a morning routine, a midday break, or an evening wind-down. As you say the words, focus on their meaning and the feelings they evoke. Visualize yourself embodying the qualities or state of mind represented by your mantra. Over time, you'll find that your chosen words begin to take on a life of their own. They become a trigger for a calm, centered state of mind. This is the magic of mental conditioning at work. Just as Pavlov's dogs learn to associate a bell with food, you're training your brain to associate your mantra with a state of emotional stability and focus. But the real test comes when you're faced with a stressful situation. This is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. In these moments, your mantra becomes a lifeline, a way to quickly realign your thoughts and emotions. As you feel tension rising, take a deep breath and silently repeat your chosen words. Focus on them intently, letting their meaning wash over you. You might be surprised at how quickly this simple act can shift your perspective. It's not that the stressful situation magically disappears, but rather that you approach it from a place of greater calm and clarity. Your mantra creates a mental rhythm, a steady beat that helps you navigate the choppy waters of high-stress moments. This practice of using a personal mantra has roots that stretch back millennia. In many Eastern spiritual traditions, mantras have long been used as tools for meditation and self-transformation. The Sanskrit word mantra itself translates roughly to instrument of thought, highlighting the power of words to shape our mental landscape. While the historical context of mantra use often involves spiritual practice, the modern application extends far beyond any specific religious or philosophical framework. Today, athletes use personal mantras to stay focused during competition. Business leaders employ them to maintain composure in high-pressure negotiations. Parents repeat calming phrases to navigate the challenges of child rearing. The key to successfully integrating a mantra into your daily life is consistency. Like any skill, the use of a personal mantra improves with practice. Start by using your chosen words during relatively calm moments. As you become more comfortable with the practice, gradually introduce it into more challenging situations. Many people find it helpful to write their mantra in places where they'll see it regularly, on a sticky note on their computer monitor, as a phone wallpaper, or on a bracelet or piece of jewelry. These visual reminders serve as cues to center yourself throughout the day, reinforcing the mental pathways you're building. As you embark on this practice, it's important to approach it with an open mind and a spirit of experimentation. What works for one person may not work for another. Don't be afraid to adjust your mantra if you find it's not resonating as strongly as you'd like. The goal is to find words that consistently bring you back to a place of calm and focus. With consistent practice, the results can be truly transformative. At the most basic level, you'll likely notice an improvement in your ability to focus during stressful situations. Instead of being swept away by a tide of anxious thoughts, you'll have a tool to anchor your attention and regain your composure. As you continue to integrate your mantra into your daily life, you may experience a more profound shift. Many people report a sense of consistent emotional stability, even in the face of significant challenges. The mantra becomes not just a tool for crisis moments, but a foundation for a more centered approach to life in general. For those who fully embrace and master this practice, the results can be extraordinary. Imagine facing high-pressure situations with a sense of unshakable calm. Picture yourself navigating complex emotional terrain with grace and clarity. This level of mastery is within reach, a natural evolution of consistent practice and deepening self-awareness. Of course, as with any new skill, there may be bumps along the road. Some people find it challenging to choose an effective mantra, struggling to find words that truly resonate. If this happens to you, don't despair. Experiment with different phrases, drawing inspiration from various sources. Sometimes, the right words reveal themselves unexpectedly, emerging from a book, a conversation, or a moment of quiet reflection. Others may find that their practice becomes inconsistent over time, the initial enthusiasm waning as daily life intrudes. This is a common challenge, but one that's easily addressed. Set reminders on your phone, create a ritual around your mantra practice, or find an accountability partner who's on a similar journey. Remember, the key is not perfection, but persistence. As we close this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of words. Not just any words, but those that speak directly to your heart and mind. Consider the possibility of carrying with you a phrase so potent it can transform your emotional state in an instant. This is the gift of a personal mantra, a tool as ancient as human language itself, yet perfectly suited to the challenges of modern life. But this is just one piece of the puzzle in mastering the art of staying calm. As powerful as a personal mantra can be, it's not the only tool at your disposal. In the next chapter, we'll explore another intriguing strategy, one that might seem deceptively simple at first glance, but holds the potential to revolutionize how you respond to stress. Are you ready to add another weapon to your arsenal of calm? Chapter 3, Code Word. Imagine possessing a secret weapon, a tool so discreet yet powerful that it could instantly diffuse even the most heated situations. Picture having the ability to halt a surge of anger or anxiety in its tracks, giving you the clarity to respond rather than react. What if I told you that this tool exists and it's something as simple as a single word? In our journey to master the art of staying calm, we've explored the power of personal mantras. Now, we're about to delve into another strategy that might seem deceptively simple at first glance. But don't be fooled by its apparent simplicity. This technique has the potential to revolutionize how you handle stress and emotional triggers. Think back to a time when you were caught off guard by a sudden emotional reaction. Perhaps it was an unexpected criticism from a colleague, a heated argument with a loved one, or a frustrating encounter with a stranger. In these moments, our emotions can hijack our rational mind, leading us to say or do things we later regret. But what if you could interrupt this process, creating a brief window of opportunity to choose your response more wisely? This is where our next strategy comes into play. It's a method that taps into the power of cognitive interruption, using a carefully chosen word or phrase to break the cycle of reactivity. But how exactly does this work, and why is it so effective? To understand the power of this technique, we need to first explore the nature of our reactive patterns. When we encounter a stressful situation, our brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, kicks into high gear. This triggers a cascade of physiological responses, preparing our body for fight or flight. In prehistoric times, this quick reaction could mean the difference between life and death. But in our modern world, it often leads to overreactions and impulsive behavior. The beauty of our strategy lies in its ability to interrupt this automatic process. By introducing an unexpected element, in this case, a specific word or phrase, we create a moment of cognitive dissonance. This brief interruption can be enough to snap us out of our reactive state, giving us a precious moment to reassess the situation and choose our response more deliberately. But what exactly is this word or phrase, and how do we choose it? Well, that's where the concept of a code word comes in. Your code word is a personal signal, a verbal cue that you've primed your brain to recognize as a call for calm and reflection. It could be an actual word, a short phrase, or even a nonsensical sound. The key is that it's unique and meaningful to you. Selecting an effective code word is a personal process. Some people choose words that embody the state they want to achieve, like calm or peace. Others opt for more abstract terms that have personal significance. The important thing is that your code word feels right to you and is easy to remember in moments of stress. Once you've chosen your code word, the next step is to begin implementing it in real-time situations. This is where the real magic happens. When you feel yourself starting to react emotionally to a situation, mentally or even quietly out loud, say your code word. This simple act creates a moment of awareness, a brief pause in the emotional storm. In this pause, you have the opportunity to regain emotional control. It's like hitting a reset button on your emotional state, giving you a chance to step back and assess the situation more objectively. You might take a deep breath, remind yourself of your values or goals, or simply give yourself a moment to let the initial surge of emotion pass. Think of your code word as a verbal shield against impulsive reactions. It's not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring valid feelings. Rather, it's about creating space between the trigger and your response. In this space, you can assess the situation with greater clarity and choose a more deliberate, thoughtful response. To make this strategy truly effective, it's important to practice using your code word in low-stress scenarios first. This helps to strengthen the neural pathways associated with your code word, making it more automatic and effective when you really need it. You might start by using it during minor annoyances or small frustrations throughout your day. As you practice, consider keeping a reflective journal on your code word's effectiveness. Note when you use it, how it makes you feel, and whether it helps you respond more calmly to situations. This self-reflection can provide valuable insights and help you refine your approach over time. With consistent practice, you may find that your ability to pause and reflect in stressful situations improves dramatically. At first, you might have occasional success in interrupting your reactive patterns. This alone can be a significant improvement, giving you more control over your emotional responses. As you become more adept at using your code word, you may find yourself employing it frequently to maintain calm in various situations. This represents excellent progress, indicating that you're developing a new, more mindful approach to handling stress and emotional triggers. The ultimate goal is to reach a state where the use of your code word becomes automatic in all stressful situations. Imagine being able to instantly create that moment of pause, that space for reflection, no matter how intense the emotional trigger. This level of mastery can lead to profound changes in how you navigate life's challenges. Of course, as with any new skill, there may be some bumps along the way. One common challenge is simply forgetting to use your code word in the heat of the moment. This is perfectly normal, especially when you're just starting out. To combat this, consider keeping reminders of your code word in visible places, a note on your desk, a symbol on your phone background, or even a piece of jewelry that represents your word. Another potential issue is discovering that your chosen code word doesn't resonate as strongly as you'd hoped. If this happens, don't be discouraged. Feel free to experiment with different words or phrases until you find one that truly clicks for you. Remember, the most effective code word is one that feels personally meaningful and impactful. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of this simple yet profound technique. A single word, chosen with intention and practiced with consistency, has the potential to transform how you respond to life's challenges. It's a tool that's always with you, ready to deploy at a moment's notice. But our journey in mastering the art of staying calm is far from over. While the mind plays a crucial role in our emotional responses, we mustn't forget the profound influence of our physical state. In the next chapter, we'll explore a strategy that bridges the gap between mind and body, offering yet another powerful tool in our quest for emotional equilibrium. Are you ready to discover how a simple shift in your physical presence can dramatically alter your emotional landscape? Chapter 4, Body Shift. Have you ever noticed how your mood seems to change when you're slouching versus when you're standing tall? Or how a simple stretch can suddenly make you feel more alert and focused? There's a fascinating connection between our physical state and our emotional well-being that often goes unnoticed in our day-to-day lives. In this chapter, we're going to explore a powerful technique that harnesses this connection, offering you yet another tool in your arsenal for maintaining calm and composure. Imagine being able to shift your emotional state as easily as you might shift gears in a car. Picture having the ability to boost your confidence, reduce stress, and enhance your overall sense of well-being, all without saying a word or even changing your environment. This might sound like some kind of superpower, but in reality, it's a skill that's well within your reach. The strategy we're about to delve into is deceptively simple, yet profoundly effective. It doesn't require any special equipment or extensive training. In fact, it's something you can start implementing right now as you're reading these words. But before we reveal the specifics, let's take a moment to consider why this approach is so important for controlling emotions and staying calm. Our bodies and minds are intricately connected, constantly engaged in a two-way conversation. When we're stressed or anxious, our bodies respond with tension, shallow breathing, and other physical symptoms. Conversely, our physical state can significantly influence our emotional and mental well-being. By learning to consciously adjust our physical state, we can effectively hack this mind-body connection, creating a shortcut to emotional regulation. Moreover, this technique offers a way to enhance our confidence and composure, even in challenging situations. It's a method that can be employed discreetly, making it perfect for use in professional settings, social interactions, or any scenario where you need to maintain your cool under pressure. So, what exactly is this mysterious technique? It all comes down to something we do every moment of every day, often without giving it a second thought: our posture. That's right, the way we hold our bodies can have a profound impact on our emotional state and our ability to stay calm in stressful situations. Now you might be thinking, posture? Really? How can something so simple be so powerful? The answer lies in the fascinating realm of body language and its effects on our psychology. Numerous scientific studies have shown that our posture doesn't just reflect our emotional state, it can actually influence and even create it. When we adopt a power pose, standing tall with our shoulders back and our head held high, we're not just projecting confidence to others. We're actually triggering a series of physiological changes in our bodies. Our testosterone levels increase, while our cortisol, stress hormone, levels decrease. This hormonal shift can lead to feelings of increased confidence and reduced stress. Conversely, when we slouch or curl inward, we're not just expressing defeat or insecurity, we're actually reinforcing those feelings on a biological level. Our breathing becomes shallow, our stress hormones spike, and we become more susceptible to negative emotions and reactive behaviors. Understanding this mind-body connection gives us a powerful tool for emotional regulation. By consciously adjusting our posture, we can send signals to our brain that we're calm, confident, and in control. It's like flipping a switch in our nervous system, shifting us from a state of stress and reactivity to one of composure and thoughtful response. So how can we put this knowledge into practice? The key is to become more aware of your posture throughout the day and make conscious adjustments when needed. Start by checking in with your body right now. Are your shoulders hunched? Is your spine curved? Are you holding tension in your jaw or neck? Now, try this simple exercise. Sit up straight or stand tall, pulling your shoulders back slightly. Lift your chin and imagine a string pulling the top of your head towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath, feeling your chest expand. Hold this posture for a few moments and notice how it makes you feel. Many people report an immediate sense of increased energy, alertness, and confidence. This power posture is just one example of how we can use body shifts to influence our emotional state. Another powerful technique is to focus on opening up your body when you're feeling stressed or defensive. Uncross your arms, turn your palms up, and create more space around your body. This open posture sends signals of safety and calm to your brain, helping to reduce feelings of threat or anxiety. For an instant calm-down technique, try the mountain pose from yoga. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, ground down through your feet, and imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet deep into the earth. Lengthen your spine, roll your shoulders back, and let your arms hang loosely at your sides. This grounded, stable posture can help you feel more centered and composed, even in challenging situations. It's important to note that these body shifts don't have to be dramatic or noticeable to others. Even subtle adjustments can have a significant impact on your emotional state. The key is consistency and awareness. Try setting reminders throughout your day to check in with your posture and make adjustments as needed. As you begin to implement these techniques, you might start noticing occasional improvements in your mood and ability to stay calm. You might find yourself standing taller in a stressful meeting or uncrossing your arms during a difficult conversation. These small wins are worth celebrating They're signs that you're beginning to harness the power of the mind-body connection. With continued practice, you may find yourself frequently using posture adjustments to enhance your calmness and composure. You might instinctively straighten up when you feel stress creeping in, or automatically adopt an open posture when entering a potentially tense situation. This frequent use of body shifts can lead to more consistent emotional regulation and increased resilience in the face of stress. The ultimate goal is to develop a consistent awareness of your posture and its impact on your emotional state. Imagine being able to maintain a calm, confident physical presence no matter what challenges you face. This level of body awareness and control can lead to profound improvements in your overall emotional stability and well-being. Of course, like any new habit, incorporating body shifts into your daily life can come with some challenges. One common issue is simply forgetting to pay attention to your posture, especially when you're busy or stressed. To combat this, try setting regular reminders on your phone or computer. You might also place small visual cues in your environment, a sticky note on your desk or a symbol on your phone background, to prompt posture checks throughout the day. Another potential hurdle is discomfort when adopting new postures, especially if you're used to slouching or holding tension in certain areas. If this is the case for you, it's important to ease into these adjustments gradually. Start with short periods of improved posture and gradually increase the duration. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Even small improvements in your posture can lead to significant benefits over time. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to check in with your body once again. Notice how you're sitting or standing. Make any adjustments that feel good to you. Remember, your body is not just a vehicle for your mind. It's an integral part of your emotional experience and a powerful tool for maintaining calm and composure. But our exploration of the mind-body connection doesn't end here. In fact, we're about to delve into a technique that takes this concept to a whole new level. Have you ever wished you could create an invisible barrier between yourself and the stressors of the world? In the next chapter, we'll explore a fascinating strategy that does just that, offering you a unique way to maintain your inner calm even in the most chaotic environments. Are you ready to discover the power of your own personal force field? Chapter 5, Bubble Shield. Imagine for a moment that you possess an invisible, impenetrable shield, a barrier so powerful that it can deflect negativity, stress, and emotional turmoil with ease. Picture yourself moving through your day, surrounded by this protective force, feeling calm and centered no matter what chaos swirls around you. Sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, doesn't it? But what if I told you that this shield is not only real, but also something you can create for yourself, anytime, anywhere? In our journey to master the art of staying calm, we've explored various techniques that engage our minds and bodies. Now, we're about to delve into a strategy that harnesses the power of your imagination to create a tangible sense of safety and calm. This technique is as ancient as it is cutting edge, drawing on age-old wisdom while aligning perfectly with modern psychological understanding. But before we reveal the specifics of this powerful tool, let's consider why such a technique is crucial in our quest for emotional control and inner peace. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, we're constantly bombarded with stimuli that can trigger stress and emotional reactions. From the ping of a text message to the frown of a coworker, potential stressors lurk around every corner. What if we had a way to create a buffer between ourselves and these external triggers? A method to establish clear psychological boundaries that protect our inner calm. This is where our next strategy comes into play. It's a technique that allows you to create a mental barrier, shielding you from the onslaught of external stressors and emotional triggers. By employing this method, you can significantly reduce your vulnerability to the chaos of the outside world, maintaining your composure even in the most challenging situations. So, what exactly is this mysterious shield? It's something we'll call the bubble shield, a visualization technique that involves imagining a protective bubble surrounding you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A bubble? how can something so fragile protect me from the harsh realities of life? But bear with me, because this bubble is far more powerful than it might seem at first glance. The concept of visualizing a protective barrier isn't new. In fact, it's been used in various forms across cultures and throughout history. From medieval knights donning their armor before battle to modern athletes visualizing success before a big game, the idea of creating a mental shield has long been recognized as a powerful tool for performance and protection. But how exactly does this work? The key lies in the incredible power of our minds to influence our emotional and physiological states. When we vividly imagine something, our brains respond as if it were actually happening. By visualizing a protective bubble around ourselves, we're essentially tricking our brains into feeling safer and more secure. This sense of safety, even if initially imagined, can have very real effects on our stress levels and emotional responses. Creating your bubble shield is a simple yet profound process. Start by finding a quiet moment and closing your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Now, imagine a bubble forming around you. This bubble can be any color or texture that feels protective and comforting to you. Some people envision a shimmering, translucent sphere, while others might picture a solid, opaque dome. The specifics aren't as important as the feeling of safety and protection it provides. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine this bubble expanding to completely envelop you. Feel its protective energy surrounding you on all sides. Visualize any stress, negativity, or unwanted emotions bouncing off the surface of your bubble, unable to penetrate its protective barrier. Inside your bubble, you are safe, calm, and centered. This visualization serves as a form of guided imagery, a technique that has been shown to be highly effective for stress reduction and emotional regulation. By creating this vivid mental image, you're building a psychological barrier against potential triggers and stressors. It's like constructing a mental fortress that can shield you from emotional harm. But the bubble shield is more than just a momentary visualization exercise. With practice, it can become a powerful tool that you can deploy instantly in stressful situations. Imagine being able to quickly summon your protective bubble when faced with a challenging conversation, a stressful meeting, or any situation that typically triggers an emotional reaction. This mental armor can help you stay centered and calm, even in the face of significant pressure or negativity. To make the bubble shield technique truly effective, it's important to practice regularly. Set aside a few minutes each day to visualize your bubble. The more you practice, the more vivid and automatic this visualization will become. You might even consider recording a guided visualization for yourself, describing your bubble in detail and reinforcing the feelings of safety and calm it provides. As you begin to implement this technique, you might notice an occasional reduction in your stress levels. You may find yourself instinctively visualizing your bubble in mildly stressful situations, providing a buffer against potential emotional triggers. This is a great start and a sign that you're beginning to harness the power of this visualization technique. With continued practice, you may find yourself frequently using the bubble shield to maintain calmness in various situations. You might automatically summon your protective bubble when entering a stressful environment or facing a challenging interaction. This frequent use can lead to a more consistent sense of emotional stability and resilience. The ultimate goal is to master this visualization technique to the point where your bubble shield becomes an automatic response to stress. Imagine being able to instantly create a sense of safety and calm, no matter what challenges you face. This level of mastery can lead to profound improvements in your overall emotional well-being and your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Of course, like any new skill, mastering the bubble shield technique can come with some challenges. One common issue is difficulty in visualizing. If you find it hard to create a clear mental image of your bubble, don't worry. Visualization is a skill that improves with practice. You might find it helpful to start with guided audio resources that walk you through the process step by step. Over time, as you become more comfortable with the technique, you'll likely find it easier to create vivid mental images on your own. Another potential hurdle is maintaining consistent practice. In our busy lives, it's easy to forget or deprioritize practices like visualization. To combat this, try scheduling regular visualization times, perhaps as part of your morning routine or before bed. You might also set reminders on your phone to prompt short visualization sessions throughout the day. Remember, even brief moments of practice can be beneficial. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine your own bubble shield. Feel its protective energy surrounding you, creating a space of calm and safety. Notice how your body and mind respond to this visualization. This is a tool that's always available to you, ready to be deployed whenever you need an extra layer of emotional protection. But our journey in mastering the art of staying calm is far from over. While the bubble shield offers powerful protection, sometimes the most effective way to navigate challenging situations is to step outside of ourselves entirely. In the next chapter, we'll explore a fascinating technique that allows you to do just that, offering a unique perspective that can transform how you respond to stress and emotional triggers. Are you ready to discover how adopting a different persona can unlock new levels of calm and composure? Chapter 6, Role-Playing. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you wished you could be someone else? Not permanently, of course, but just for a moment. Someone calmer, more collected, more in control of their emotions. What if I told you that this isn't just a fleeting wish, but a powerful technique you can use to transform your responses to stress and emotional triggers? In our journey to master the art of staying calm, we've explored various strategies that engage our minds and bodies. Now, we're about to delve into a technique that allows you to step outside of yourself entirely, offering a unique perspective that can revolutionize how you handle challenging situations. But before we reveal the specifics of this intriguing approach, let's consider why such a technique is crucial in our quest for emotional control and inner peace. We all have habitual ways of reacting to stress, patterns that have been ingrained over years, perhaps even decades. These automatic responses can often lead us to react in ways that don't serve us well, perpetuating cycles of stress and emotional turmoil. What if we had a way to break free from these patterns, to explore new and more effective ways of responding to life's challenges? This is where our next strategy comes into play. It's a technique that allows you to temporarily step into the shoes of someone else, someone you admire for their ability to maintain composure under pressure. By doing so, you open yourself up to a whole new world of possible responses, freeing yourself from the limitations of your usual reactive patterns. So, what exactly is this mysterious technique? We call it role-playing, but don't let the name fool you. This isn't about pretending to be a wizard or a warrior in a fantasy game. Instead, it's about consciously adopting the characteristics and behaviors of real people who exemplify the calm and composure you aspire to achieve. The concept of role-playing as a tool for personal growth isn't new. In fact, it's been used in various forms across different fields, from therapy to business training. The power of this technique lies in its ability to help us break free from our habitual ways of thinking and behaving, allowing us to explore new possibilities and perspectives. But how exactly does this work? The key lies in the fascinating way our brains respond to imitation. When we consciously mimic the behavior of others, we're not just going through the motions, we're actually creating new neural pathways in our brains. This process, known as neuroplasticity, allows us to literally rewire our brains, creating new habits and responses over time. To begin implementing this technique, start by identifying individuals who exemplify the kind of calm and composure you'd like to embody. This could be someone you know personally, a mentor, a friend, or a family member who always seems to keep their cool. Or it could be a public figure known for their grace under pressure, a respected leader, a spiritual guide, or even a fictional character who resonates with you. Once you've identified your role model, or models, you can have several for different situations, take some time to really study their behavior. How do they carry themselves? What's their tone of voice like when they're under pressure? How do they respond to challenges or setbacks? The more closely you observe and understand their behavior, the more effectively you'll be able to emulate it. Now comes the fun part, actually stepping into their shoes. The next time you find yourself in a stressful situation, take a moment to imagine how your chosen role model would handle it. How would they stand or sit? What would their facial expression be? How would they speak? Try to embody these characteristics as fully as you can. This might feel a bit awkward or artificial at first, and that's okay. Remember, you're not trying to become a different person, you're simply exploring new ways of responding to stress. Think of it as trying on a new outfit. You're seeing how it feels, how it changes your perspective, and whether it might be something you'd like to incorporate into your own style. As you experiment with this technique, you might be surprised at how quickly it can shift your emotional state. By consciously adopting the calm demeanor of your role model, you're sending powerful signals to your brain and body that it's safe to relax, that you're in control of the situation. This can help to short-circuit your usual stress response, giving you the space to respond more thoughtfully and effectively. But the benefits of role-playing go beyond just mimicking calm behavior. This technique also encourages creative problem-solving. When you step into the shoes of someone else, you open yourself up to new perspectives and ideas. You might find yourself considering solutions or approaches that wouldn't have occurred to you otherwise. To really harness the power of this technique, it's helpful to practice in low-stakes situations before applying it to more challenging scenarios. You might start by role-playing in front of a mirror, practicing how you'd respond to common stressors in your life. Or you could enlist a friend or family member to help you act out various scenarios, giving you the opportunity to practice your new responses in a safe, supportive environment. As you begin to implement this technique, you might notice occasional successes in trying new responses to stressful situations. You may find yourself pausing in a heated moment, considering how your chosen role model would handle it, and responding with unexpected calm. These small victories are worth celebrating. They're signs that you're beginning to break free from your habitual reactive patterns. With continued practice, you may find yourself frequently using role-playing to maintain calmness in various situations. You might automatically slip into the demeanor of your chosen role model when facing a challenging meeting at work or when navigating a difficult conversation with a loved one. This frequent use can lead to more consistent emotional stability and a greater sense of control over your responses. The ultimate goal is to master this technique to the point where you can effortlessly draw upon a diverse range of responses in any situation. Imagine being able to access the wisdom, calm, and composure of your various role models at will, choosing the most appropriate response for each unique challenge you face. This level of mastery can lead to profound improvements in your overall emotional well-being and your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and flexibility. Of course, like any new skill, mastering the art of role-playing can come with some challenges. One common issue is feeling self-conscious or artificial when first trying out this technique. If this resonates with you, remember that it's completely normal. Start by practicing in private, where you feel safe to experiment without judgment. As you become more comfortable with the technique, you'll likely find it easier to implement in real-world situations. Another potential hurdle is difficulty in identifying suitable role models. If you're struggling to think of people who embody the kind of calm you aspire to, don't worry. This can be an opportunity for exploration and growth. Consider researching historical figures known for their composure, or seeking out books and documentaries about individuals who have faced significant challenges with grace. You might even find inspiration in unexpected places, a character from a favorite book or movie, or someone you observe handling a difficult situation with poise. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of perspective. By stepping into someone else's shoes, even momentarily, we can gain new insights, break free from old patterns, and discover reserves of calm and composure we never knew we had. This technique isn't about becoming someone else. It's about expanding your own repertoire of responses, giving you more choices in how you navigate life's challenges. But our exploration of innovative calming techniques doesn't end here. In fact, we're about to delve into a strategy that might seem utterly counterintuitive at first glance. Have you ever considered that the key to maintaining your cool might be found in one of the most mundane, everyday activities? In the next chapter, we'll uncover a surprisingly powerful technique that you can implement anytime, anywhere, no special equipment required. Are you ready to discover how a simple, repetitive action can become your secret weapon against stress and emotional turmoil? Chapter 7: Chew Gum. Imagine having a secret weapon against stress, anxiety, and impulsive reactions. A tool so discreet, so readily available, that you could deploy it at a moment's notice in virtually any situation. What if I told you that this powerful stress buster is something you've likely used countless times before, perhaps without ever realizing its potential? In our journey to master the art of staying calm, we've explored various sophisticated techniques that engage our minds and bodies. Now, we're about to delve into a strategy that might seem almost too simple to be effective. But don't let its apparent simplicity fool you. This technique has been backed by scientific research and praised by stress management experts. Before we reveal the specifics of this intriguing approach, let's consider why such a technique is crucial in our quest for emotional control and inner peace. In our fast-paced, high-stress world, we often find ourselves in situations where traditional calming techniques might not be practical or appropriate. What if we had a way to manage our stress and prevent reactive behavior that was so subtle, so commonplace, that no one would even notice we were doing it? This is where our next strategy comes into play. It's a technique that provides a physical distraction from stress while simultaneously engaging your body in a way that helps calm your mind. It's a method that you can use anywhere, in a tense meeting, during a difficult conversation, or even while stuck in frustrating traffic. So what is this mysterious stress-busting technique? It's something so ordinary, so everyday, that you might be surprised: chewing gum. That's right, the simple act of chewing gum can be a powerful tool in your arsenal for managing stress and maintaining calm. Now you might be thinking, chewing gum? Really? How can something so mundane be effective against the complex stresses of modern life? But bear with me, because the science behind this technique is fascinating and compelling. The power of chewing gum as a stress management tool lies in its ability to provide sensory distraction. When we're stressed or anxious, our minds tend to race, jumping from one worry to another in a seemingly endless cycle. By engaging in a repetitive physical action like chewing gum, we give our brains something else to focus on, interrupting that cycle of anxious thoughts. But the benefits of chewing gum go beyond mere distraction. The act of chewing has been shown to have a calming effect on our nervous system. It's believed that this is rooted in our evolutionary past. The act of chewing signals to our bodies that we're eating, which in turn triggers a relaxation response. After all, if we're able to eat, we must not be in immediate danger, right? Moreover, the rhythmic motion of chewing can serve as a form of moving meditation. Much like how some people find calm in repetitive activities like knitting or doodling, the consistent, rhythmic action of chewing can help to ground us in the present moment, pulling us out of our spiraling thoughts and back into our bodies. The science behind this technique is quite compelling. Studies have shown that chewing gum can reduce cortisol levels, a key stress hormone, in saliva. Other research has found that gum chewers report lower levels of anxiety and stress and higher levels of alertness and concentration. But how exactly can we harness this simple action as a tool for emotional regulation? The key is to approach gum chewing mindfully, with intention. When you feel stress or anxiety building, or when you're entering a situation you know might be challenging, reach for a piece of gum. As you unwrap it and pop it in your mouth, take a moment to focus on the sensation. Notice the flavor, the texture, the rhythm of your chewing. Use this action as an anchor, something to return your attention to when you feel your mind starting to race or your emotions beginning to spiral. Focus on maintaining a steady, calm rhythm with your chewing. If you find your jaw clenching with tension, consciously relax it, letting the chewing motion become smooth and easy. This technique can be particularly useful in situations where more obvious calming techniques might not be appropriate. In a tense work meeting, for example, you can't exactly close your eyes and start deep breathing exercises. But you can discreetly pop a piece of gum in your mouth, using the rhythmic chewing to help maintain your composure. Chewing gum can also be an effective tool for preventing impulsive reactions. When we're stressed or emotional, we often react without thinking, saying, or doing things we later regret. The simple act of reaching for a piece of gum introduces a small pause in this reactive cycle. In that brief moment, as you're unwrapping the gum and putting it in your mouth, you're giving yourself a chance to take a breath, to step back from the immediate emotional response. This tiny buffer can be just enough to help you respond more thoughtfully and deliberately. To really harness the power of this technique, it can be helpful to practice using it in low-stress situations first. Try chewing gum mindfully when you're relaxed, really focusing on the sensations and the rhythm. This will help you build the neural pathways that associate gum chewing with a state of calm, making the technique more effective when you really need it. You might also consider experimenting with different types of gum to see what works best for you. Some people find that strong, minty flavors provide an extra sensory boost that enhances the calming effect. Others prefer milder, long-lasting flavors that allow for extended chewing. The key is to find what feels most soothing and grounding for you personally. As you begin to implement this technique, you might notice an occasional reduction in your stress levels. You may find yourself reaching for gum in mildly stressful situations and feeling a bit calmer as a result. This is a great start and a sign that you're beginning to harness the power of this simple yet effective tool. With continued practice, you may find yourself frequently using gum as a calming technique in various situations. You might automatically reach for a piece when entering a stressful meeting or facing a challenging conversation. This frequent use can lead to a more consistent sense of calm and emotional stability throughout your day. The ultimate goal is to develop such a strong association between gum chewing and calmness that it becomes an automatic stress response. Imagine being able to instantly trigger a sense of calm and focus no matter what challenges you face, simply by popping a piece of gum in your mouth. This level of mastery can lead to profound improvements in your overall stress levels and your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Of course, like any technique, using gum as a stress management tool can come with some challenges. One common issue is simply forgetting to carry gum with you. To combat this, try keeping packs of gum in multiple locations: your car, your desk, your bag, even in different rooms of your house. This way, you'll always have your stress-busting tool at hand when you need it. Another potential pitfall is becoming over-reliant on gum chewing as your sole coping mechanism. While it's a powerful tool, it's most effective when used in conjunction with other stress management techniques. Remember to incorporate the other strategies we've discussed in this book, creating a diverse toolkit for managing your emotions and maintaining calm. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of simplicity. Who would have thought that something as ordinary as chewing gum could be such a potent tool for emotional regulation? It just goes to show that sometimes the most effective solutions are hiding in plain sight. But our journey in mastering the art of staying calm is far from over. In fact, we're about to explore a technique that taps into one of the most powerful forces for personal transformation. Have you ever considered how a simple shift in focus could dramatically alter your emotional landscape? In the next chapter, we'll uncover a strategy that has the potential to not only reduce stress, but to fundamentally change how you perceive the world around you. Are you ready to discover the transformative power of perspective? Chapter 8, Power List. Imagine having a secret weapon that could instantly transform your emotional state from stressed and reactive to calm and centered. A tool so potent that it could shift your entire perspective on life, turning challenges into opportunities and scarcity into abundance. What if I told you that this powerful instrument is already within your grasp, waiting to be unleashed? In our journey to master the art of staying calm, we've explored various techniques that engage our minds and bodies. Now, we're about to delve into a strategy that taps into one of the most fundamental aspects of human psychology, our ability to choose where we focus our attention. This technique has the power to not only reduce stress, but to fundamentally alter how we perceive and interact with the world around us. Before we reveal the specifics of this transformative approach, let's consider why such a technique is crucial in our quest for emotional control and inner peace. In our daily lives, we're often bombarded with negativity, from the news we consume to the challenges we face. This constant exposure to negative stimuli can skew our perspective, making us more prone to stress, anxiety, and reactive behavior. What if we had a way to counterbalance this negativity, to actively cultivate a more positive, resilient mindset? This is where our next strategy comes into play. It's a technique that allows you to shift your focus from negative emotions to positive ones, cultivating a mindset of abundance that can dramatically reduce the intensity of your reactive impulses. But what exactly is this mysterious tool that holds such transformative power? We call it the power list, but don't let the simplicity of the name fool you. This technique is rooted in one of the most potent forces for personal transformation, gratitude. The power list is, at its core, a mental gratitude list, a conscious cataloging of the things in your life for which you're thankful. Now you might be thinking, gratitude? Really? How can simply being thankful help me stay calm in stressful situations? But the science behind gratitude is robust and compelling. Numerous studies have shown that practicing gratitude can lead to a host of benefits, including reduced stress, improved mood, better sleep, and even enhanced physical health. But how exactly does gratitude work its magic? The key lies in its ability to shift our focus. When we're stressed or anxious, our minds tend to fixate on what's wrong, what's lacking, or what could go wrong in the future. This negative focus creates a self-reinforcing cycle, amplifying our stress and making us more prone to reactive behavior. Gratitude breaks this cycle by redirecting our attention to the positive aspects of our lives. When we consciously focus on what we're thankful for, we're literally rewiring our brains. We're training ourselves to notice and appreciate the good things in our lives, no matter how small they might seem. This shift in focus does more than just make us feel good in the moment. It cultivates a mindset of abundance, a perspective that sees the world as full of opportunities and resources rather than threats and scarcity. This abundance mindset is a powerful antidote to the stress and anxiety that often fuel our reactive behaviors. So how do we harness the power of gratitude through our power list? The process is simple, yet profoundly effective. Each day, take a few moments to mentally list things you're grateful for. These can be big things, like your health or your relationships, or small things, like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. The key is to really feel the gratitude as you think about each item on your list. Don't just go through the motions. Really connect with the positive emotions associated with each thing you're thankful for. Feel the warmth of appreciation, the joy of having something valuable in your life. This practice is particularly powerful when done first thing in the morning, as it sets a positive tone for the day ahead. But you can also use it as a tool in the moment when you're facing stress or challenges. When you feel yourself starting to react negatively to a situation, pause and quickly run through your power list in your mind. This simple act can help shift your emotional state, giving you the clarity and calm you need to respond more effectively. The beauty of the power list technique is that it's always available to you. You don't need any special equipment or a quiet space to practice it. You can create and review your gratitude list anywhere, anytime, while commuting, waiting in line, or even in the middle of a stressful meeting. As you begin to implement this technique, you might notice occasional improvements in your mood. You may find yourself feeling a bit lighter, a bit more optimistic, especially after reviewing your power list. These small shifts are worth celebrating. They're signs that you're beginning to rewire your brain for positivity and resilience. With continued practice, you may find yourself frequently using gratitude as a tool for maintaining calmness in various situations. You might automatically start running through your power list when faced with a challenge, using it as a way to center yourself and gain perspective. This frequent use can lead to a more consistent sense of emotional stability and a greater ability to handle stress with grace. The ultimate goal is to master this technique to the point where gratitude becomes your default state. Imagine being able to find something to appreciate in every situation, no matter how challenging. This level of mastery can lead to profound improvements in your overall emotional well-being, your relationships, and your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity. Of course, like any new habit, incorporating the power list into your daily life can come with some challenges. One common issue is difficulty in identifying things to be grateful for, especially when you're going through a tough time. If you find yourself struggling, start small. Be grateful for the basics: the air you breathe, the bed you sleep in, the food you eat. As you practice, you'll likely find it easier to notice and appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small they might seem. Another potential hurdle is maintaining consistent practice. In our busy lives, it's easy to forget or deprioritize practices like gratitude. To combat this, try setting a daily reminder on your phone to prompt you to review your power list. You might also consider keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down a few things you're thankful for each day. The act of writing can help reinforce the practice and give you a record to look back on when you need a boost. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on the power of perspective. By consciously choosing to focus on the positive aspects of your life, you have the ability to transform your emotional landscape. The power list isn't just a technique for managing stress. It's a tool for cultivating a richer, more joyful experience of life. But our exploration of transformative techniques doesn't end here. In fact, we're about to delve into a strategy that brings together everything we've learned so far, offering a comprehensive approach to maintaining calm and composure in any situation. Are you ready to discover how to integrate all these tools into a cohesive, powerful practice that can fundamentally change how you navigate the world? In the next chapter, we'll explore the final piece of the puzzle: the key to unlocking lasting peace and emotional stability. Are you prepared to step into a new way of being? Chapter 9, The Calm Within. As we reach the final chapter of our journey together, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You've explored a diverse array of techniques, each designed to help you cultivate inner peace and maintain composure in the face of life's challenges. From the power of personal mantras to the surprising effectiveness of chewing gum, you've added a rich toolkit of strategies to your arsenal for emotional regulation. But the true power of what you've learned lies not in any single technique, but in the integration of all these tools into a cohesive, personalized approach to maintaining calm. This final chapter is about bringing it all together, about finding the calm within that remains steady no matter what storms rage around you. Think back to where you were when you first opened this book. Perhaps you felt overwhelmed by stress, struggling to maintain your composure in challenging situations. Maybe you found yourself reacting impulsively, saying or doing things you later regretted. Now, armed with the strategies we've explored, you have the power to approach life's challenges with a new level of equanimity and grace. The techniques you've learned are more than just coping mechanisms. They're tools for transformation. By mastering these emotional regulation techniques, you've gained the ability to shape your inner landscape, to choose your responses rather than being at the mercy of your reactions. This newfound mastery empowers you in ways you might not yet fully realize. Imagine facing a high-pressure work situation, a critical presentation, or a challenging negotiation. In the past, anxiety might have clouded your thinking, causing you to stumble over your words or make hasty decisions. Now, you can draw upon your inner mantra for focus, use the body shift technique to project confidence, and even discreetly chew gum to maintain your calm. These tools, working in concert, allow you to perform at your best when it matters most. But the benefits of what you've learned extend far beyond your professional life. Consider how these techniques can transform your personal relationships. By maintaining your composure in emotionally charged situations, you create space for more meaningful, empathetic communication. Instead of getting caught up in reactive patterns, you can listen more deeply, express yourself more clearly, and respond with greater understanding. This enhanced emotional regulation can lead to a significant reduction in conflicts and an increase in harmony in your relationships. Imagine being able to navigate disagreements with your partner or family members without escalating into arguments. Picture yourself remaining calm and centered when faced with criticism or challenging behavior from others. The ripple effects of your newfound calmness can extend to everyone around you, creating a more peaceful and positive environment. One of the most profound shifts you may notice is your ability to maintain consistent calmness, even in high-pressure environments. Situations that once would have sent your stress levels soaring, like public speaking, tight deadlines, or confrontational meetings, can now be approached with a sense of calm confidence. This isn't about suppressing your emotions or becoming detached. Rather, it's about maintaining your center and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. This consistent calmness has far-reaching effects. You'll likely find that your decision-making improves significantly. When you're not clouded by stress or reactive emotions, you can see situations more clearly, consider options more thoroughly, and make choices that align with your true values and goals. Your problem-solving abilities may also get a boost, as you're able to approach challenges with a clear, focused mind. As you continue to practice and integrate these concepts into your daily life, you'll likely notice that maintaining emotional balance becomes easier and more natural over time. What once required conscious effort will start to become second nature. You may find yourself automatically taking a deep breath and reciting your mantra when faced with a stressor, or naturally shifting your posture to a more confident stance in challenging situations. This development of automatic calm responses is where the true magic happens. It's the point at which these techniques cease to be something you do and become a part of who you are. You're no longer just practicing calmness, you're embodying it. As this integration deepens, you may notice that you're able to maintain your emotional balance with less and less effort. Stressors that once would have thrown you off kilter for hours or days might now barely cause a ripple in your inner calm. This doesn't mean you won't face challenges or experience difficult emotions. That's part of being human. But you'll have the tools to navigate these experiences with greater ease and resilience. Now, as we come to the end of our journey together, I want to share with you the ultimate payoff, the true gift that all of this work has been leading towards. It's something so profound, so transformative, that it has the power to reshape not just how you respond to stress, but how you experience life itself. The real power of everything you've learned lies not in the individual techniques, but in the fundamental shift in your relationship with yourself and the world around you. By cultivating this inner calm, you're not just learning to cope with stress, you're learning to thrive in the face of life's challenges. This inner calm becomes a wellspring of strength, resilience, and clarity that you can draw upon in any situation. It allows you to engage with life more fully, to be more present in your relationships, more creative in your work, and more authentic in your self-expression. From this place of inner calm, you'll find that you're able to navigate life's ups and downs with a newfound grace and ease. You'll be less rattled by external circumstances and more in touch with your own inner wisdom. This doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties or experience negative emotions, but you'll have the tools to move through these experiences without being overwhelmed by them. Moreover, this inner calm radiates outward, positively impacting everyone around you. Your presence becomes a calming influence in turbulent situations. Your relationships deepen as you're able to listen more attentively and respond more thoughtfully. Your leadership abilities expand as you're able to maintain your composure and make clear decisions under pressure. But perhaps the most profound shift is in how you experience your own life. From this place of inner calm, you're able to appreciate the beauty of each moment more fully. You become more attuned to the simple joys of daily life, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the smile of a loved one, the satisfaction of a job well done. This heightened awareness and appreciation can lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment and contentment. In essence, what you've gained through this journey is not just a set of techniques, but a new way of being in the world. You've unlocked the ability to create your own inner sanctuary, a place of peace and clarity that you can access at any time, no matter what's happening around you. This, dear reader, is the true power of not reacting, the ability to choose your response in every moment, to shape your experience of life from the inside out. It's a gift that will continue to unfold and deepen as you continue to practice and integrate these principles into your life. As you close this book, know that this is not an ending, but a beginning. You're stepping into a new chapter of your life, armed with powerful tools and a new perspective. The journey of cultivating inner calm is ongoing, always offering new depths to explore and new insights to gain. But there's an essential aspect of personal growth that we haven't yet explored, one that can amplify the benefits of everything you've learned so far. It's a skill that, when mastered, can take your emotional regulation to unprecedented heights. Curious about what this game-changing ability might be? The answer lies in the audiobook, High EQ Critical Thinking: How to 10x Your Emotional Intelligence Overnight. This transformative guide holds the key to unlocking your full potential, allowing you to navigate any situation with unparalleled emotional intelligence and razor-sharp critical thinking. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.